What is going on, everybody? Greg here at Gondel Outdoors, and we are back for another gear review. Today we are going to be doing one of our new purchases from Fishpond. Obviously, if you've seen some of our gear review videos, I'm a huge fan of Fishpond equipment. Between nets, chest packs, you name it, I have a lot of it. And a lot of people, we get asked a lot, we get messaged a lot, you know, is Fishpond sending us this equipment to do reviews? And they are not. This is in no way, shape, or form them sending me anything. I purchased this stuff. So just an FYI, no, this is not, you know, me getting free gear and telling people that it's great. We purchased all this stuff. So just keep that in mind. Excuse me. So you've seen us do the Ridgeline Tech Pack. You've seen us do the Storm Shadow chest pack, and now we're going to do a new piece, to us anyway. They've had the Submersible line for a little while now, and I've always kind of hemmed and hawed about purchasing some of it, but because of some stuff that's going to be upcoming, we're taking a lot of our film gear with us when we're doing these trips now, and obviously I have a pretty expensive film camera, I have another pretty expensive film camera, I have a pretty expensive drone, I have a pretty expensive still camera. I don't want them to get ruined, dropping it, having it in, you know, just hanging off my body somewhere. So I figured best way to carry it, especially in the boat or a raft or hiking in or in wading across a river, I want it to be at least somewhat protected. So we looked at a couple different options, and I decided to go with the Thunderhead Submersible Pack. And yes, I did it in the cutthroat orange, just because it's bright. I won't put it down and not know where it's at. So this is from the, obviously, Submersible line from Fishpond. This is their true zip version. They do have a roll top. They've got some hip packs, a couple different bags that are fully submersible. And at first I wasn't real sure when it got here. It didn't look like it was going to be big enough. But once I kind of figured out how we have to put everything in there, it works great. Used it yesterday when we were out filming. So we'll start with the front. Obviously pretty basic up here. You've got some daisy chains that are coated, so you're not going to tear any of the vinyl. It keeps them waterproof as well. If you're going to run this backpack while you're fishing, it does have a net magnet holder. So that would be your best place to put your net. It'll hang down below the bag so you can grab the handle and yank it. We have some other attachment points for whatever you may think you may need to hang out here on the back. The coated nylon is also on both sides of the pack. I have a little carabiner clip on that one. I used that yesterday, didn't realize it was still on there. So the entire bag is made out of a recycled one-time use plastic, so they're not actually putting any chemicals into this, which is really cool. So it is a recycled bag. It's pretty lightweight even with gear in it, which really surprised me. So obviously you see that front panel. It is another stitched area down here because you're going to be putting it down on the ground, so you don't have to worry about tearing up the bottom of it. So the only other piece on the front obviously is the FP Fishpond logo. So I'll get a little bit closer here so you guys can see some of this stuff. So here again are the covered nylon. Then you have your net holder right here. You can use anything you want off of that, but obviously if you're going to run a net, especially a handheld, I would connect it there. The doubled up bottom so you're not tearing it apart when you set it down in rocks. And right up the front, the only other thing on the front is a water resistant zipper. This is not a waterproof zipper, so keep that in mind. Okay, you want to throw some tippet or you want to throw some snacks, something that if this goes in the water, you don't care what's in that pocket because it may get wet. So it's not a true 100% waterproof bag. This zipper right here, front pocket, it's not very, very big. You know, only gets about my knuckles in, up to my knuckles in. So again, something you don't care if this went underwater, you don't care what's in this pocket if it gets wet. Keep that in mind. Don't put your cell phone, don't put your keys, anything like that in that pocket. If it goes underwater, there's a really good chance it's going to get wet, and it's going to cost a whole lot more than the bag did to replace. So keep that in mind. So then I'll flip around here to the back. So we've got a nice foam padded back piece, and then we've got the same foam on the inside of the shoulder straps. It does have a chest strap. It also has the attachment points for other chest packs. So if you're going to run one of the chest packs that's compatible, you can connect it here. My Storm Shadow is compatible. I have not tried it. I love that thing too much to change it. And I know it wouldn't be that big of a deal just to clip it onto these, but haven't gotten that far yet. But you can. The other attachment points for those are down here on your lumbar support, which this is removable if you do not want it on there. I, however, like to have it on there, so I'm going to leave it on there. So that's the pretty basics of the pack. Now, here's where the cool part comes in. So aside from the attachment points that you saw on the front, you do have some other attachment points right there. So what I would do in our case, especially if you're going to hike in somewhere and you're going to want to have your rod on you, and your back is going to basically kind of be your base camp, your workstation. So it does come with the lariat straps. It comes with one set. So yesterday when we ran this, I had my tripod, which is currently being used to hold this camera. That's where the tripod sat. And then I'm going to probably order another set of lariat straps for this side. And that way, if I'm hiking in somewhere and I don't want my rod together, I can keep it in the tube and strap it to this side of the pack, and it'll be perfect. So now here's where the submersible part comes in. So the Storm Shadow that you saw I did the review on has a true zipper on the front. So that's a completely sealed compartment, waterproof. Well, in this bag, it's 100% waterproof on this zipper. Reason being, this is the self-healing true zipper. So if you're purchasing anything submersible or you're purchasing a Storm Shadow that has the true zipper on it, do yourself a favor. It does come with one pack of true wipes. Order yourself another pack. Mine came in with this order, so I have some extras on hand. I haven't completely had the zipper like fail, but if you feel it getting snug and it's hard to move, it means it needs to be cleaned. Once I cleaned my Storm Shadow, it's like perfect. Works great. So that's about the only real downfall I see to this zipper. If you don't stay up on it, keeping maintenance on it, you may end up having an issue where the zipper won't open or close. But regardless, I now have a ton of extra wipes because I did order them when I purchased this pack. So this is, I don't have it zipped all the way, so I'll zip it all the way here. So you can see that is a completely closed seam. There is nothing that's going to get in there. They give you a really nice zipper pull, big handle, so you can get 2 fingers on it. And now when it's not weighted down, it's a little bit hard to open. And I think the only thing I have in here currently is a jacket, which is correct. So I'm going to get the jacket out of there. Oop, and apparently there's a battery topper in there too. But so this is a pretty wide bag, or deep bag. I'm going to try to open this. So just about to the base of my shoulder is where it's going to zip at. So once I figured out how to get the camera bags in there and whatnot, it was super easy to get this bag set up for what we wanted to use it for. The other cool feature is it does have a removable compartment in here. I have my batteries in there. So being that it's inside, that does not have a waterproof zipper, but being it's inside this zipper, that section is submersible. So if it goes underwater, whatever's in that pocket, you're not gonna have to worry about. So we had camera batteries in there, I had a cell phone in there, my keys were in there, things I didn't want to lose. So I'm just gonna throw it on quick. And the lumbar support is very comfortable. It's kind of wide, so it fits the hips nice. And again, if you wanted to run your chest pack on here, depending on the model it is, if it's compatible, you can hook it directly to these attachment points. Now you're set for the day. You have your entire backpack, you have your chest pack already connected. And then obviously, again, like I said, it does have your sternum strap. So this bag stays pretty snug to the body. Obviously, if you don't adjust your shoulder straps properly, it will hang and it will not keep the weight on your hips. So we didn't do a lot of walking yesterday, but where we got to, we had to cross the river twice. and we're able to keep all the camera gear in here. I had the tripod hanging on it. Everything worked perfectly. So this is a really great addition if you're going to go into some remote spots and you have some stuff that you want to keep dry. Maybe you're going into the backcountry for the day. Perfect pack. It's big enough. You're going to have, you know, something, probably not waders on, so you want to keep whatever shoes that you're going to wear while you're eating lunch, rather than keeping your wading boots on. Pretty much anything you can possibly think of. So again, this we purchased specific to keep our film gear in, so when we are filming, I don't have to worry about any of the cameras or the drone or anything getting wet as we're crossing the river. Great place to keep the extra batteries is inside that little pouch. In the amount of filming we do, we have batteries for our mics, batteries for the cameras, batteries for the drone remote, the whole deal. So there's a lot that had to go into this pack. And again, once we figured out how the cases had to go, top notch. So take a look at the Thunderhead. I probably will at some point try to connect my Storm Shadow to this just so that we can do a review. It connects here and down here on the hips. So the straps are already there. It comes with the Storm Shadow and it comes with a few of the other packs. I don't remember all the packs off the top of my head. I apologize for that. But this comes in 3 colors. It's a blue, eco blue, the cutthroat orange, and then their camo, the Fishpond camo that they have. And then they have a Wind River bag, which is a little bit bigger, but it's a roll top closure. And it's the only reason I didn't go with it was because it was roll top. I prefer to have a full zipper so that I know that if I fall, I drop the bag, it goes into the river. It's nothing inside the main compartment of the bag is gonna get wet. And because again, it's recycled plastic, it's super lightweight, it's durable. Makes a little bit of noise, but not that big of a deal once it's loaded. So check it out, guys. Great bag from Fishpond, as always. We have a couple other products that I got in on this order that we're also going to do reviews on here over the next couple of days. So stay tuned for those. Again, if you like the videos you're seeing, please comment, like, and subscribe. If not, again, July, we're going to make our big announcement. You're going to see some more news. This bag is part of it and the whole reason we bought it. So you'll see some big news coming. Again, in July. I'm going to hold out till July. At least I'm going to try my best anyway. But if you do like these gear reviews, you want to see some other stuff, please shoot us a message, throw a comment on the video, and we'll do what we can to accommodate. Again, we appreciate y'all checking us out. And until the next time, we'll talk to you soon.